And I'm going to tell a little bit of a story from my life that resonates here. And going all the way back, my husband and I have been married for almost 23 years. And my husband is an actor, and he's been an actor for the whole time we've been married. And since he's not Tom Cruise, he doesn't have the income that's stable and steady and astronomical, right? So it's up and down. He makes an income, but it was always unpredictable. And so I decided to go into corporate, get the full-time job, be the breadwinner to keep the family running so we could have a house so we could raise our family. And that was great for a time. And after a while, though, I started to have feelings. I started to feel uncomfortable. I started to feel frustrated. I started to feel resentful. And I started to ask myself the question, when is it my turn? When is it going to be my turn? I've been supporting his dreams for all these years. When is it going to be my turn to support and follow my own dreams? And the funny thing at the time was I didn't even know what those dreams were. I would not be able to tell you what it was I wanted. And that's because I had spent so much time putting myself in the back seat. I was never asking myself the question, what do I want? And then finally, one day, I realized that I wanted to be a life coach, and I was pursuing the idea of it. I was exploring it. I was investigating and doing all the research, and I really wanted to do it. But then I kept telling myself, well, I can't do it now. I have to wait until the kids are old enough to be more independent. I have to wait for a stable income for our family. I have to wait until we have a certain amount of money in the bank, or I have to wait until the stars align and everything is perfect before I can even think about pursuing this. So you can imagine how that must have felt, right? Very defeating. But then one day I was in a workshop, not all that different than this one, and I was doing an exercise not that different than what we'll be doing today. And I was having a conversation with my workshop partner. And in that moment, it hit me like a thunderbolt. The fact that I was waiting for all of these external sources of permission, when in fact, I was the only one who could give myself permission to do any of it. I was the one who had to take control of the moment and make the decision to move forward. And in order to do that, I did have to dig under. I had to figure out, well, why is it that I was making all of these, putting all these pauses on myself, why I couldn't do it now? It wasn't maybe just the finances. It wasn't just the kids. It wasn't just my husband. There was probably fear underneath that. There was probably insecurity underneath that. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? All of those things go into why we avoid giving ourselves permission, and we put that on an external source that doesn't really have the power to give us permission.